Hello there and welcome back to my channel. It is of course only me again, and thank you all so much for joining me back out on another metal detecting adventure. So very recently I got a call from a farmer telling me that he'd recently ploughed and rolled one of my most favourite fields. So without further ado, I gathered my equipment and made my way to the field as quick as I possibly could, because this field has produced some amazing bits over the years, including Roman coins, artifacts and medieval coins as well. But of course that does leave the question, will we find anything today? Well, we have got a very long day digging targets in this field to see if we can uncover some more of the secrets this site has to offer. So without further ado, let's get cracking. And I of course will see you all on the very first hole. So today we have got a lot of field to cover in quite a short space of time. The seeds have already been drilled into this field, which means we've got a limited window in order to be able to do as much as we can before the seeds start to come up, because we don't want to trample them. So I have obviously come prepared with my trusty XP 2 metal detector, but today I'm going to be using the 13-inch coil. This is going to be the perfect coil for a field like this, where it's nice and flat, nice and compact, but we're also going to get maximum ground coverage with the larger coil. So hopefully this is going to work an absolute charm today, and we're going to be able to cover a lot more of the field given the time restraints that we've got. So let's do it, let's push on and actually see if we can get anything more out of this amazing site. Well, it's that time of the morning where we have of course come down on our very first little decent target, and that is why I absolutely love coming into a freshly ploughed field, because no matter how many times you come back to this field, every time the plough comes through it always chucks up something that you just couldn't find before, because it was either too deep or under a rock or so many different variables. But we've just pulled out a really nice little copper alloy find. Now, on first inspections I honestly thought this was going to be one of those little sword hangers, but I'm not sure that it is, because I've never ever seen one in this shape before. Usually the sword hangers that are post-medieval have a kind of oak leaf design to them, but this one doesn't. It doesn't seem to have any way of attaching to anything at all, and yeah, I am just not sure about this, but it's obviously got some age to it, and it was obviously designed to hang something, but was it a sword hanger, a belt hanger, or was it something else entirely? It's a good question. Yeah, so I'm really not too sure about this one. It's a great first target in this field and a really good start, but is it something old? Who knows? If you guys know, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this random little object, but hopefully it's something old, and hopefully it's a great start. Okay, so I had another target in this ploughed field, and it was a really nice sort of 67, jumping around 71, something like that. And I've dug the hole and we've got a target. And at the moment I've got absolutely no idea what this thing is, but it looks super interesting. So it's kind of pyramid almost shaped, isn't it, or cylindrical or something like that, but it's got like a little loop on the top there, or very possibly like a little broken loop or something. I mean, at first I thought this was going to be like a little cowbell or something, but I don't think there's anything on the bottom, which is a bit of a shame, because yeah, I don't really know what this is, guys, if I'm honest. Is it one of those like wax seal pieces? surely there would have to be something on the bottom, right? There would just have to be. I mean, it would make sense, because if there was a little loop here, then it could have been suspended from a chain or something like that, in which case it would have been perfect. But maybe the seal bit is broken off. Let me just get my toothbrush and give it a gentle scrub and just see if anything does come up on there, because oh look, there actually is something on there. I don't know if you can just see that. There's some like italic writing, which would make this almost a sort of Georgian fob seal. Oh, I've got no idea. I've never ever found one this big, ever. And I have done this field a lot, and how we've missed this, I have absolutely no idea. But it's super light. I think it's hollow as well, which is quite cool, because usually, yeah, so you can see a little hole here. It definitely does feel hollow. But I'm just trying to see if we can get anything off this at all. I don't obviously want to scrub it too much because it's very delicate and it's made of copper alloy, but it certainly looks like there's something on there, doesn't there? Absolutely does. But it looks like italic writing, so this could be sort of Georgian, maybe even sort of Stuart, something like that. But wow, quite like it nonetheless. I mean, we haven't been in this field for very long at all, and we are already finding some amazing little bits. And yeah, don't know what it is, but I absolutely love it. So we have another target here that's about 55 as a target ID. I've dug the plug and we have a target potentially inside of this piece of mud. So let's see what we've got. Hopefully it's going to be something good, and hopefully it's not going to be another shotgun primer, because there is absolutely tons of them in this field. Okay, so it's in this bit here. It's very scratchy. It's not actually a very nice target at all. Ah, what's this? Well, I have absolutely no idea what that is, but it looks a little bit like it's possibly part of a blade or something like that. Yeah, kind of looks a little bit like a knife blade, doesn't it? It's got a pretty sharp edge, so must be part of a knife blade. And it says on there Granton Cray or Granton K, Sheffield, England. Well, that would explain why it's a bit of an iffy signal, because of course this is a steel blade, so it's never ever going to sound good. But oh well, could have been anything. Certainly worth investigating. So I know what you're probably thinking. Why are you showing me a random blob of lead? And that is because I don't think it is just a bog standard little piece of lead, and it's because it's conical. If you look, it's flat on the bottom, but this piece is rounded, and that is usually because it was designed to be held like this, because that is quite a good way of picking something up and moving it. And in which case, I think there is a potential that this could be a little medieval gaming piece. Now, back hundreds of years ago, obviously they didn't have Amazon and eBay and all these places you could go and buy games, so they were pretty much left to their own devices to come up with their own games and their own pieces to use during those games. And lead was a fantastic kind of metal to work with in order to be able to sort of mold things very easily, and it didn't matter too much if you lost them. And I've seen these before on the paths where these little conical pieces of lead have actually been medieval gaming pieces, and they would have just popped them down on a board and moved them almost like sort of a game of chess. I can't remember the name of the game, but it sounded like a pretty fun game that they used these on. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if this really is a gaming piece, but I'm willing to bet that it's certainly something like that. It's been in the ground a long time because it's very, very white. The older that lead is, the whiter it goes. And yeah, we could have potentially just found a nice little gaming piece. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So here we are in what is essentially the middle of October, and there are some trees just on the outskirts of this field which have some absolutely delicious red apples still growing on them, and they really do look amazing. I wonder how good they actually are. Well, there's probably only one real way to find out, right? That is sweet and so good. Can't beat a free snack. Well, it looks like I'm not the only one that likes eating these apples, because this little guy also thinks they're delicious. Oh wow, guys. So I've just had a signal down here and it was about 68. I sort of jumped to 70, but it's sort of stuck around 68. And I've dug the hole and started to pinpoint down here, and oh my goodness, I think something really special has just come out of this field. But I'm not 100% sure yet. It could be a button. So let's go in and have a look, and hopefully it is what I think it is. Okay, so this is the thing that I have just seen come out of the ground, and it looks to me like it's very possibly silver, in which case, oh, this could be a silver coin. It absolutely could be a silver coin, but it's quite a thick one, isn't it? It is definitely quite a thick silver coin. So the big question is this going to be Roman, or is it going to be a button? Oh, it certainly looks a bit Roman, this one. It really does. Oh my goodness, that is 100% a little Roman denarius. Oh, look how thick it is as well. It's one of those really thick ones, and I know what you're all saying. Don't scrub it with your fingers. I'm only doing it very lightly, just so we can get some detail on it. I don't have my water bottle with me, otherwise I'd spray it. But oh my god, look at that. That is a really special little coin, isn't it? I think we're going to be able to get some detail off that. I can just see some hair coming through there on that side and a little face. Can you see that? Oh, this coin is 2,000 years old. And just look how chunky it is. It's weirdly not that chunky on this side, but this side, it is one massive, great big chunk of silver. And oh my goodness, I am so chuffed with that. That is such an amazing find. A Roman silver denarius. Fantastic. So this field has produced Roman coins before. It's also produced Roman fibular brooches as well. And every time I come here, I always seem to do the same bit where I find the Roman stuff. And although it is becoming a lot quieter than what it was originally, little things like this make it all the worthwhile doing those patches over and over again if your field is being ploughed. What an amazing little find. Okay, so we are literally moments on from that lovely little silver denarius, and we've got quite a nice little target. It's about 50 as a VDI. Yeah, as you can hear, I mean, it sounds quite close to the top, so let's see if we can pick it up with a pinpointer, and hopefully it's going to be something good. But it is very different to the denarius. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, no way. It's a cut half. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe it. It was literally just lying underneath the soil, and one little scrape with a pinpointer and we found it. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever had a cut half in this field before. So it just goes to show that the plough has really done a good job this year at bringing some of this stuff up to the surface, because have a look at that. That is just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So it looks like a little voided short cross penny, and it's definitely a cut half because it's just such a clean cut all the way along there. But I couldn't tell you who's on it. I'd have to give this one a good old clean. Could possibly be like a John or a Henry II or something like that, but I just can't believe. I mean, we are, I don't know, 25, 30 feet away from where I found that denarius, and this another little awesome medieval silver coin this time. It's a hammered coin, look how thin that is. Was just lying on the top waiting for us to find it. Oh my days, I absolutely love this field. So good. So yeah, I'll find out a bit more information about it and pop it on the camera for you, but can't believe it. Amazing. So I've had another really cool little find in this field, and I say cool, it's obviously not a hammered coin or a Roman coin, but it's one of these little leather mounts. And what's really cool about it is it's in the shape of a little acorn, and I know that you can't see that, but trust me, if this was looking like it did hundreds of years ago, you would have seen the kind of patination of an acorn on the front there. And the two pins on the back were essentially what held it to the leather strap. Now, what I quite like about this little leather strap decoration is that it's a tiny little acorn, and as the fashion changed, these got bigger and bigger and bigger until you see them almost as big as the top of my finger. So this one is a very, very early one because it is so small. And I would hazard a guess and say that this could easily be from the 1400s, if not maybe just into the beginning of the Tudor period or something like that. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame that it's a bit busted and it doesn't have much detail on there, but it's certainly a very historical little find and I absolutely love it. So yeah, a little leather mount, not too bad. Let's carry on and see what else this field can give us. So once again, we have got a tiny little copper alloy find from this field, and I really wasn't going to dig this target. It sounded so strange, but it was repeatable, and for me, if it's repeatable, then that forces my hand every time and I have to dig it to see what it is. And I'm kind of glad that I did, because it is quite an odd little copper alloy thing. It's obviously a little domed thing here. It's got a little hole in it, and then on this side it's just a little, like a little mushroom, I suppose. But I don't really know what it is. I'm kind of thinking that it might be the sort of top to a pin or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. It is absolutely tiny. I mean, look, that's the top of my finger, and yeah, it just sits on it. So absolutely no idea, but it was deep. So I'm really impressed with the depth and the tiniest of targets that we're getting from the ground, but unfortunately it's just one of those. Well, as you can probably see, the light is starting to fade on this amazing day back in this ploughed field. It's probably about 6 o'clock now, and being October probably means it's going to be dark in about half an hour or so. But guys, I have been pushing on and pushing on, trying to get this patch of the field that is my favourite patch done, and I've gone and had another really cool find. I don't really know how I kept my cool so much on this one, because I found it and I just thought, wow, it's a nice find, just looks like a nice silver item, and then I turned it over and saw something on this item that I haven't ever seen in all of my 17 years of metal detecting. So I have just gone and found a bucket lister, and I cannot wait to show you what it is. So it's in my hand, and do you want to see it? Ta-da! That's right, it's a hammered coin, but of course, you know, a hammered coin isn't on my bucket list because we find quite a few of them, very fortunately. However, this is the side that I saw when I first pulled it out of the ground. And I thought to myself, oh, it's just a nice little long cross penny there. It's got your 3 pellets in each quadrant, nothing too special. But then I turned it over. And what I saw on the other side, I was just absolutely gobsmacked, because I've cleaned it up sort of the best I can. There's still a bit of mud on here, which you could probably pick off a little bit just so you can see it. But it's got the picture of the king in the middle of the coin. But if you look around the outside, there is a triangle. And that says to me that this is an Irish Edward I penny. And the reason why it's a bucket lister, and because I have never found one of these before, is because of course I don't live in Ireland. And these aren't really that common in England. I am so shocked. I've never ever found one with that triangle here on the portrait side. And I just couldn't believe it. I was looking at it for ages, trying to wonder if it was actually an Irish medieval penny. But yeah, I think it is. I actually think it is. In which case we genuinely have gone and found a bucket lister of a coin, and I am so happy about it. But yeah, I'm going to clean this one up and pop a picture of it on the video. Hopefully we can retain some nice detail on there, and hopefully I can figure out what mint it is as well. But just amazing. So on that positive note, it is now time for us to head off home. It has been such an amazing day coming back in one of my favourite fields, and it's produced yet again an amazing 2,000-year-old silver denarius that's going to go great in my collection, and a couple of really nice hammered coins, one of which was a bucket lister, so we can't ask any more than that. However, it's not all glory out in the fields, and here's just a quick glimpse of some of the stuff that I found today but didn't put on the camera. Well, that of course leaves me to say thank you all so much for watching my videos every single week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like metal detecting videos just like this. And of course there's a hype button and a thumbs up button. That would really mean a lot. But I've got a bit of a drive home now, and of course I will see you all on the very next dig.